Hello and welcome back to All Things Money. I'm David Blain, your host. And during this show today, we've been talking a little bit about some of the value that financial advisors provide. A good wealth planning firm, a holistic firm like our firm, what we do. I had someone ask me the other day, they said, well, on your show, you never tell us exactly what you do and the value that you provide beyond, what we see in the press, what makes you all unique. So I thought I'd spend some time today doing it. If you missed the first couple of segments, head on over to the web, www.dlblain.com, and there you'll find archived copies of the shows in a week or so. So anyway, the first thing we mentioned was we help clients organize their financial affairs, just getting a handle on everything that they're supposed to know about their finances. Number two is portfolio construction. Creating a rationally creative, comprehensive, encompassing portfolio designed to meet some sort of goals, not this sort of dysfunctional, emotional-based portfolios that most people create. A perfect example is back in the 90s when stocks were returning like 20% a year. Almost 70% of day traders lost their entire portfolio. It's hard to believe, but there are studies out there that show that. So that's the second thing, is helping people create an intelligent portfolio. It's been shown study after study after study that people that work with an advisor do much better than the average investor does on his own. And it's simply by removing the dysfunctional, emotional-based decision-making process that most people have, for managing their portfolios. Okay. Number three, one of the most overlooked things, a saying that I have, investing is a way to grow your savings. It's not a way to make money. Okay, it's very important. It's a subtle distinction, but something that you should remember. And that's something that we do, is we help our clients get in the habit of saving and investing. Whether you're 20 or 80, you should not be spending more than you make, and you should be putting something away, some sort of reserves for the future. Now, some people have way more money than they can ever spend that are our clients. Now, those folks may not be saving per se, but the principle of not spending more than you make and doing things, maybe they're giving their money away. Maybe they're giving it to children. Maybe they're giving it to charities. But suffice to say, for the majority of people, getting in that habit, a good savings habit, makes all the difference in the world. It's been statistically proven that people that save 10% or more of their income end up with more money in the end. And you don't get that message from society. You get the message of, buy this, buy that, mortgage this, mortgage that. You don't get the message of save, save, save. But it's just a basic thing that a good advisor is going to do. There's a story. We had a client that said when they were young, it was a teacher, and someone told them, hey, you should save some of your money, and when they became 60, she was able to retire on a teacher's salary. She had about $1.5 million. And all the other teachers said, well, where did you get all that money? They thought that she had inherited or, won the lottery or something. I mean, they were just still working paycheck to paycheck, trying to pay their bills, and here she was retiring simply by saving. So that's a key thing. Another key thing we do is help people determine what's important in their lives and prioritize their goals. Whether you're just starting out looking at retirement or you have more money than you can ever spend, most people don't know what they're trying to accomplish. We have people come in with tens of millions of dollars and say, well, what's your goal with this money? And they don't know. They just say, well, I want to make as much as possible, or I want to make this or what, but what's the money for? And that is a valuable thing, helping people to realize what they're trying to accomplish with their money, because only then can you figure out how to design a portfolio to meet that need. If someone just says, well, I want to make as much money as possible, even that, well, when do you want it? Make as much money as possible tomorrow, over the next year, over the next 5 years. You've got to have some sort of goal, and we help people to figure out what's important to them and work through those goals. It's very, very important. A corollary to that is taking those goals that seem like they say, well, I want to, I'm 40 and I want to retire when I'm 70. And that's just so, it's so far away and such a big goal. Helping people break that goal down into bite-sized pieces. You've heard the saying of, how to eat an elephant one bite at a time. Kind of the same thing is take these magnanimous goals, saving for college. My kid is 1. How do I make sure that he's ready for college? Well, as a good wealth planner, such that we do, those questions are very routine to us. It doesn't cause us anxiety. It doesn't cause us, anything. I mean, it's just very simple to figure out. But for a lot of people, those questions, it's just this unmanageable thing of how do they manage it. And so taking those goals, breaking it down into, okay, what you need to do today or this month to reach that goal in the future is an extremely, extremely valuable service. Just helping people bring future goals into the present. The process of discounting. Once again, for a good wealth planner, that's just a natural thing to do. You say, okay, well that latte that you bought today, in retirement, it is worth $200. We're looking at things on a long-term basis, sort of second nature. Spending $2 today versus delaying consumption, is worth X amount in the future. Factoring things such as inflation of, not putting money in a bank that's paying 0% interest because we realize that after inflation you're going backwards. And so taking these goals and the basic concepts of finance that are second nature to me and helping people work through these issues so that they can realize that they have a chance to achieve their goals or what they have to do, what they have to change differently to reach them. I hate to be trite about it, but it's giving people that financial peace of mind, that security that people have. Once they've been working with us for 6 months or a year or so, they're able to say, gosh, I may not fully understand all the intricacies, but man, I really feel better about my finances. I feel like I have a better sense of where I am. I know that David and his firm know where I am. I know where I'm going, and we have a plan to get there. And we have a plan that doesn't rely on some dysfunctional emotional response to what happens on CNBC on a daily basis. And so those are just some of the things that I thought were important to highlight for you today about the value of a good quality wealth planner. And so if you're not getting those from someone that you're working with, feel free to give us, contact us. Or if you're trying to do it on your own and you feel like something just isn't right, well, the same thing, feel free to contact us and we'll see if we can't help you. Well, that's all the time we have for today's show. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you again next week.
The proceeding was a paid program. The opinions expressed are not necessarily those of WNBU and Inner Banks Media.